The FBI is calling on parents and caregivers to be on the lookout for a scam targeting teenage boys. They're seeing an uptick in reports of sextortion here in Omaha and around the country. It involves an adult posing as a young girl and contacting a boy online. They convince him to send sexually explicit images of himself, and it's secretly recorded. They tell the victim they've been recorded and try to convince the victim to send money to keep the images from being posted online. 3 News Now's Aaron Haggerty tells us what parents can do to keep their children safe.
You probably walk by your kids on their phone or computer all the time, but have you considered that they may be communicating with someone on the other side of the world? The FBI says it's seen more and more cases of teens, and especially boys, being sexually exploited by strangers online.
Usually it's going to be an adult subject on the other end, and in some cases these are large organizations that are out of the country that are doing this, and they're looking for thousands and thousands of different people because there's large money in the business.
But it's happening here in the Omaha Metro as well. John Halleck with the FBI said the agency has seen an uptick in sextortion cases, including one case with a suspect in India. It's a problem spanning the globe, but there are steps you can take to protect your children. According to Project Harmony, the first step is to monitor what your kids are doing online.
You know, I think sometimes we think we're invading, when we give a child a phone, we think we're invading their privacy. The parents typically own the phone, and it's a parent's right to know exactly what's on their phone and who they're talking to and what those messages are. If we're not checking it, you're basically giving them free access to anyone out in the world. And more important, you're giving somebody access to your child that you may or may not know.
Before loading games and apps, find out what security measures are available. For example, on Twitter, you can manage who can send direct messages. On TikTok, family pairing allows you to manage your team's safety settings and keep their account private. Sometimes a specific app could be a red flag.
So we're looking at Cash App, Venmo, we're looking at all these different platforms and where you can send funds, and that's another sign for parents.
You should also keep an eye out for changes in behavior, grades dropping, or change in social circles.
We're saying get over involved. This is very serious. You need to make sure you're protecting your child.
We try to tell parents, please communicate with your children. We tell the victims. And victims are ranging, as we're seeing cases as young as 10 years old, unfortunately, through the teenage years. And what we're trying to do is tell somebody, talk to clergy, talk to parents, talk to somebody that you trust, report if somebody is trying to sextort you in any way, shape, or form.
Aaron Haggerty, 3 News Now.
If you find out your child has been the victim of sextortion, you can report it at the website on your screen. The FBI says you should not delete anything until law enforcement is able to review it. And tell investigators everything so they can make sure it doesn't happen to someone else.